talking about love, talking about sensuality, talking about ongoing monogamy is a passion of mine. For the past 30 years, I've just loved working with couples that are looking to expand their monogamous lifestyle by creating an incredibly intimate pathway to love. I'm David Essel. For the past, 40 years now in the world of personal growth, we've been helping couples to really get in touch with their sensual side and to learn how to communicate and to express who they are sensually to their partner and vice versa, right? So as you probably know by now, I've written a most recent book, 50 plus flavors of erotic love, leaving the vanilla world for ecstasy. And I'm going to read from it today about assertive and passive lovers. And I'm going to read a story from a client from the book itself, talking about how there were so many of her needs and wants that weren't getting matched by her partner that she didn't even know was missing. And then once she started speaking to her girlfriends and once her and I did therapy together, it was amazing how it became so clear of what was missing in her love life and her husband's love life as well. Let me read this. It's a beautiful, beautiful story. I'd say in this book, 50 plus flavors of erotic love, we've got, I don't know how many client stories about individuals that were on the verge of letting go of the relationship, individuals on the verge of divorce or cheating or workaholism to avoid their partner. And then once we introduced them to this new erotic style of love, it was incredible of how their relationships changed. And so let me read this story from one of my clients from the book itself, okay? So many times people will reject this type of lifestyle, like I'm a passive lover. There's nothing wrong with being a passive lover. I'm an assertive lover. There's nothing wrong with being an assertive lover. But what's wrong and what screws relationships up is when we don't even know what our natural state are. There are natural people that are just dominant in nature. There are people that are just naturally submissive. So whether you use the words passive or submissive or assertive or dominant, it doesn't matter to me. But it's about getting to know ourselves, our personality types, our desires in the bedroom, and our partners. So let me repeat this again. So many times people will reject this type of lifestyle without ever really asking themselves the questions that I'm asking you in this book. Sometimes people even go back into their shame and guilt and not even want to explore this world because of what might have occurred in their upbringing. Here are remarks from a former submissive client. When I talk to my girlfriends, especially after reading the books and watching the movie 50 Shades of Grey, I realize we all have something in common. We are unhappy, most of us, with our lack of intimacy. Now, this is written by a woman. Emotional connection with our partners. And we look at this type of lifestyle that David helps us learn as an opportunity to break out, to rekindle the flame, which is really what my work is all about. I had to overcome a lot of shame and guilt because I was raised in an environment where sex was not discussed as it was with most of my girlfriends as well. We have this craving, some of us, to dominate our men or our husbands or boyfriends. Most of my friends truly want to be submissive. We want our partners to come to the plate, take control, tell us what to do so our minds can be free. Free to totally worship, in this case, the men in our life. At first, my boyfriend was totally against me doing research and even working with a professional like David to try to understand why my needs with him were not being met. But once I found the reason that I wanted him to take control and direct me, and yes, all my girlfriends have said that they want to be owned. At first, we were embarrassed to say this to each other, but again, we are growing as women and we're trying to figure out what we want, what we need. I don't know how this happens, but ever since my boyfriend said yes, he would get on board, he is a natural dominant. My love for him has gone to spaces I never knew possible. I worship him. I adore him. And in his dominant way, he adores me just as much every day. I had told him before that I never wanted him to text me during the day because I was too busy at work. Well, that has changed big time. On my breaks, during my lunch, we have the most erotic text exchange every day. I submit to him via text every day. He loves it. He craves it. And then when we get home, 3 to 4 times a week, we just can't wait to be together, for him to take charge. And something he started doing that I love, that I had no idea I would, is he starts to grab my hair from behind and gently pulls me back. I have to go into full surrender, and I love it. There's a slight discomfort, but what I really sense now is he has me under his control. And I immediately start to drip. I immediately get wet. And that's exactly what I'm looking for with him, because I don't want to ever be with anyone else but my boyfriend. I know David's work and this book is going to help so many people release shame and guilt and go after the life that you truly want with your partner. I can tell you, and all my girlfriends agree, it's worth the effort. This is the book, 50 Plus Flavors of Erotic Love. I also teach an 8-week course, one-on-one with individuals or with couples, about how to tap into our sensuality, how to tap into that natural state of being that makes making love, holding each other, trying different things, adding variety in the bedroom so important to save relationships. As I've said in this book and other books I've written about on love, is that 80% of relationships in our country are dysfunctional. People aren't getting their needs met emotionally. They're not getting their needs met in a relationship psychologically. They're not getting their needs met sexually. They're not getting their needs met intimately. It's happening all over the place. We can change it. That's the great news. We have the tools through the course I teach and the book that I just shared with you in order to turn things around. When you read the book and read the stories, there are people that were on the verge of divorce. There are people that have been married 10 years that make love once every few months. And then we were able to turn it around. Don't settle for mediocrity. There's too much enjoyment in the world of sensuality, sexuality, for us to just take a boring sex life and say, well, this is all I get. No, don't go there. We can help change it. Grab the book at Amazon.com. Again, it's called 50 Plus Flavors of Erotic Love. 50 Plus Flavors of Erotic Love. Grab the book. And if you want to work with me one-on-one from anywhere in the world to help you, whether you're single and you want to be prepared for your next relationship, or you're in a relationship and you want to take it to a higher level, let's work together with my 8-week course. It's a blast. We're going to have so much fun. You'll learn so much about yourself that maybe right now you're not even aware of. I look forward to talking to you soon. Have a great day.